This video is sponsored by Battle City Gym. Check them out for all your singles and sealed product needs. Hey guys, this is Mike from Deepwood Force of Will.
And Scott.
I'm
here.
And today we've got a deck profile for you guys. We actually just had our kind of like farewell tournament to a shop that we've frequented. Unfortunately, the shop is closing down over here in New York. But we wanted to give it a good send-off. We had a nice little 7-man tournament. We got a couple
It was
people.
fun.
Oh yeah, it was tons of fun. We all decided to bring meme decks.
Yes.
We saw which ones were the favored meme decks, and I ended up going undefeated at the tournament, getting a first place finish, store credit, and all the good stuff. And I want to show you guys that deck. It was really fun, and it's a deck that I'm actually very proud of that I built in here. So without further ado, let's get started. So I know what you're thinking, oh Mike, you said you're bringing a meme deck, what is Alhama'at there? Alhama'at's like a good card. Yeah, well, I'm using him for something super weird. So, as all of you know, this is Alhama'at. He's Judgment of 0. If you have 7 mana counters or more on him, he energizes for black or white. He comes with mana 1. You can remove a mana counter, and he can produce any color. And then for resonance, you put a mana counter on him whenever a lighter dark stone comes into play. Backside, same things there. His judgment is remove 20 and remove everything you control to judgment again. Only ruler that does judgment twice. Has mana 1, flying, 1,000,000. Has that same produce any color. And then resonance with light and dark magic stones is that you put 2 on him. 2 mana counters. And then that final flip comes to a 2,000, J ruler with barrier, swiftness, precision, flying, first strike. And any chance in your hand become ancient magics, and you can play ancient magics for free. So, you might be thinking, Mike, why are you showing me this? I should only see the front side of Alhama'at. I saw this side twice today, and you'll see why.
Twice in a 3-round Swiss.
So Gil's the ruler. The stone lineup. Pretty unstandard. Obviously, we've got we've got the standard ancient magic stones. Gil's Alhama'at's on stone that produces any color or black and white. Black-white stones, Heaven's Rift, black-green for black silence, and then 2 Scorched Bales for black-red. This is a 4-color deck, technically speaking. There's a splash of blue, but you'll never be producing blue with anything but mana counters. The reason you run 14 stones is that this deck actually runs through its stones very quickly, and you'll be seeing why in just a moment, as well as the reason for that green stones, and the reason we play a lot of black and white stones. Moving on to the main deck, the main star of the show that we have listed here, if I have them in the right order. There we go. I got him. It's Grusbalesta, Magic Stone Researcher. Grusbalesta was a card that kind of flew under the radar as it was released in Legacy Lost. I was looking at this card and I said, wow, you can trigger multiple resonances with that ability there, because you sack as many stones as you want, put as many stones into the field. With that being said, a couple of things that work with resonance are really good with him. One of them, of course, being Alhama'at. The resonance to put a mana counter on him, getting free resource by cycling through your stones. On his flip side, I've actually done this a couple of times where when he was flipped, I used Grusbalesta, got 2 times those those mana counters each time a stone came into play. So there's a lot of snowbally effects that come with him. Side note, he gives your magic stones barrier in case you're playing against Hook. Ooh. And aside from that, he gets +1/+1 for each magic stone with a different name. We run 4, so the highest he'll be is 1,000. And then if you have 5 or more, he has swiftness and precision. You don't need that with this build, so that's fine. But he's the main engine of the deck. He's the one that we want to see the most. We run 4 of him and ways to search him out. To go along with him, we actually do play other resonance cards. The first of which is Abdul-Hazred's Sinister Vizier. This was the newest one that was just released in Echoes of the New World. Anytime a Darkest Magic Stone comes into play, your opponent discards a card. Now with Grusbalesta, you can cycle through your stones, have 5 stones come and play at once, 4 stones come and play at once. When that does happen, all these are Darkest Magic Stones, so your opponent will discard as many cards as you just put into the field. So the main 6 mana combo, or a 2-turn combo, is to have both of these come out and rip your opponent's hand apart. I was able to do that quite a few times in the tournament. It was one of my main win conditions. Helping to the longevity of that win condition, The last real resonance card that we used a lot was Lumia, Praying for the Future. This is one that super flew under the radar because it was just a 1-mana 2/5 with a light magic stone resonance to put something on top of your deck. However, what you do with that is that every time a light magic stone comes into play, you actually get her effect. So if you're targeting a magic stone in your graveyard, this is actually the only card in the game that currently puts magic stones into the graveyard, from the graveyard back into the magic stone deck. Because now that we lost, Horn of Sacred Beasts, rip in peace. Every time a light magic stone comes to play, you can target a card in your graveyard, a stone in your graveyard, and put it on top of your stone deck. If you target a light magic stone, like a black-white stone, you toss it on top, keep it going, toss it on top, keep it going, and you get a mini loop with that that'll keep you going for the long game and establish a lot of control for you. And then if you want, you can just stack other good cards on top of your deck, like Moonbeam Butterfly. So it's just a very, very solid card. Again, you don't see it too often, searchable, it's just a longevity thing, it's not necessary for the combo. So if you only run 2, which is totally fine. Next on our list was a mini stun package. I know I said I was playing memes, but I did end up pulling...
Mike, the memes. Why you do this?
Man, I want to make sure my memes go off, and I want to make sure everybody else's don't. So I put in a small Death and Taxes engine, 2 Abdul, 1 Tsukiyomi Noble, and 1 Rizard King of the Damned.
Bad Mike.
Shush. They're all 2-drops. They all do something to slow your opponent down a little bit while you're trying to establish
No wonder
control.
you went undefeated.
I'm just trying to establish control here, boy. I need to make sure that people stay under control. These things just help. Of course, it's a mini package. You're not trying to see it as much as you would in like an actual Death and Taxes matchup. But you take the mini engine, you apply it to this build, and you establish a lot of control with that. Next on the list, 2 3-drops. We have 1 Gil Lapis, just to search out Heteroclite and Final Battle. And then 1 The Dark March Hare. This thing is actually fantastic in this build. It counts itself as a light and darkness magic stone, so it triggers resonance on summon. It has 2 resonance abilities depending on whether a light or dark magic stone entered the board, where it'll either buff your board or minus your opponent's board. And with this, in combination with Grusbalesta, I was actually able to wipe an opponent's board by giving the entire board -8/-8, and then buffing my board at +6/+6. It's a game finisher. It helps the game go. It's also a fairy tale, and it actually can be searched by one of the side deck cards, just in case you happen to have it. So, a very underrated card. I was very happy with the performance here today. This thing's fine. So that's it for resonators. It's definitely not a very resonator-heavy deck, just because you're trying to search the combo pieces and really nothing else. Was that a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 resonators. So literally the rest of this is all chance and additions. It's 25 chance and additions here, which makes sense for an Alhama'at control deck. First things first, we got the Ancient Heartfelt Fires. You're running mana counters. This is free damage. It's kind of a no-brainer. Same with that, actually, to help support your combo. Ancient Knowledge is a fantastic card for this deck. You just look at the top 5 cards, put anything you don't want on the bottom, pick up 2 that you need, especially heavy combo pieces. They're perfect. Alternate Wind Condition in Steam Explosion. Again, you can ramp up counters super quickly with Grusbalesta. I've been able to Ancient Magic, Steam Explosion somebody down for, I think I Steam Explosion for 3,000 in one of the games. Super potent card in this matchup. And then 1 Black Moonbeam for whenever your opponent decides to get cheeky and puts J-Roller on the board. Did it once to a Gil Lapis 2.0, felt fantastic. Let's play Cancel Engine, because if there wasn't enough control with the Abduls and the Tsukiyomi Nobles, we also have Seal of Wind and Light. This is a green and white deck, so of course you're going to have these. 3 Severing Winds to combo with those. Just want to make sure that your opponent doesn't try and combo off too hard against you while you're trying to make sure that their hand goes away. This is actually...
No wonder you won.
Surprisingly, I didn't cast this that much today. I actually had to hard cast it for 4 a couple of times.
Jesus.
But because of the amount of mana you float in this deck, you're able to do that, which is totally fine. We also have, how many of these? Yep, 8 flexible cost cards with total cost X. 4 Moonbeam Butterfly, toolbox the whole deck, toolbox your combo pieces. I've said enough about this card in the past to know how good it is. 2 End of Days was a a tech choice that I was a little wary of at first, but once I realized that I could just pay 4 mana, bring back any Abduls or Grusbalestas that died earlier in the game, get the combo off again, discard their hand, and have them removed at the end of the turn. Definitely not a bad card at all. Something good to see. Last minute choice was Lumia's Judgment when I realized the deck was 39 cards. The card's fantastic. It's really good against a lot of Swarm matchups, against, surprisingly against Death and Taxes. It's the only thing that helps Alhama'at in that matchup, but it's a pretty good card. Didn't see it too often today. Don't think I ever casted it, but it was totally fine. And then one final battle, another thing I didn't cast today. We weren't facing a lot of Swarm decks because most people were just playing memes, so it was fine. And then the last 2 cards were another searchable thing from Gil, being a Heteroclite, and then the 1 addition in Windsecluded Refuge. So that lineup's pretty standard here. I did build a side deck for this because I thought in case anybody didn't bring memes, I would want to side against them. So we have kind of a sideboard here. Another Abdul, a Dark Alice, a Grim, the Rightful King. This thing is awesome because it searches out Dark March Hare. 1 Valentina, the Twilight Passion. This thing was actually hilarious, and I've got it off a few times, even not against Tree, which I had sided in for in case somebody brought Tree 2.0. 2 Dark Purge in case anyone was an asshole like me and brought out Abdul. 2 Gale Force in case anybody brought Flyers. Nobody did. 1 Heavenly Gust in case of additions, I don't know. Another Severing Winds because I suck. Alhama'at's Black Lightning because Ancient Magic, it's pretty good. Eternal Recurrence because I couldn't think of a better card. Neo Barrier of Shadows because I have a Dark Alice and I want to make sure my opponents get shut down. World of Madness to lessen the blow. And Circle of Protection because, I don't know, man. Searchable additions because you have Black Moonbeam, but not Black Moonbeam Butterfly. I have 2 Moonbeams in this deck. Gets confusing. So that's the deck. Main combo potential is with Grusbalesta, with Abdul. That's the main combo that you want to get off. Discard your opponent's whole hand, make them upset. Stick sticky resonators and, stun resonators on the board. Cancel all your opponent's stuff. Is this competitively viable enough to work in like a GP or an ARG event? Nope. But it's a really fun deck to try and control in a casual environment. A semi-casual environment where people are trying to actually win. I faced so many Reanimator decks today, and it felt really good, because I stunned, and it was great. I discarded and I stunned, and that's all that matters. So with that being said, leave any opinions on the deck, or the fact that I made a meme into control. You can leave that in the description below. Thanks again for watching. This has been Mike.
And Scott.
From Deepwood Force of Will, signing out.
Bye.